Sponsored by ExpressVPN. Take back your privacy at expressvpn.com/cow.
Wow, 2020. What a year. I guess you could say I'm used to the new normal at this point. It's given me a lot of time to watch some Netflix, which is what I would be doing anyway, so it's perfect. My groceries are here. I did my part to stop the spread by shifting the burden of the virus onto the working class. Wait a minute. Where's my goat milk? Looks like somebody's gonna get a bad review. I did my part by working from home, which is what I was already doing, so my life didn't change really. Don't worry, we're in this together. Separate, together. I think I heard that on TV. Now you just get to know what it's like to be me. Assuming you're actually working from home and not just out of work. See you guys next week. I mean, I haven't really considered how I'd feel if the government told me I wasn't allowed to make YouTube videos anymore, but hey, I guess some work is essential. People gotta be entertained in these tough times. I'm sure you understand. And I'm sure they'll decide your job is legal again too someday. Maybe. Until then, don't worry. I'm on Twitter every single day advocating for you to get a stimulus check from the government so you can pay a few bills. And actually, I think I'll get some money too. It's like a COVID bonus for me. Speaking of social media, I'm also in a couple of Facebook groups where we report people who are not complying with local ordinances. Just last week, we got a local mom and pop shop shut down for good. Now, I know it's not ideal, but for right now, big box retail is the only safe solution, and I will not entertain any other suggestions. I just think it makes more sense for everyone to congregate in one shared shopping space rather than being spread out. If you're a small business who had to close your doors this year, I have a message for you. You can afford to do your part by staying closed for a while. I mean, you're a business. You probably have like millions of dollars lying around, right? Trust me, you'll be fine. I saw a lot of people complaining this year about the new normal. But guess what? Shut your mouth and stop being selfish. This is just how it is now. You're not allowed to make money. And the little bit you do have, you have to give to 3 government-approved corporations. You have to accept this or you're a crazy person. Think of the future. Think of your children. And no, I don't have any kids myself, but if I did, I'm sure I'd be fine with school staying closed indefinitely. And those little plexiglass cube things they've built for the children who are allowed to go to school, yeah, I don't see any long-term psychological damage coming from that. I haven't seen any studies showing it. I'm sure the kids will be just fine. Well, anyways, that was 2020. It was a tough year overall, but I learned a lot about myself. Most importantly, I learned that multinational corporations aren't that bad after all, especially when they're working in lockstep with massive bureaucratic governments. While some people chose to hate, I chose to love. I love you, Walmart! You know, speaking of massive corporations and governments, are you sick of feeling like you're being tracked all over the internet? If so, why aren't you using a VPN? And the one we recommend is ExpressVPN. A VPN is a virtual private network, which means that when you're browsing the internet, no one can track you. Not your internet service provider, cellular provider, ad companies, or hackers. See, when you use the internet, you have this long string of numbers attached to your activity that can be tracked. ExpressVPN masks this number for you so that you're now browsing the internet anonymously. And you can easily set up ExpressVPN to tell the internet that you're browsing from a different country, which means that when you get on a website like Netflix, they'll show you content that might be region locked for you normally. For example, here in the US, Netflix doesn't stream The Lord of the Rings. Why? Why? Tell me why. But if I tell it to show me as browsing from another country, well, bam.
And that works for thousands of other shows too.
There it is. They have an app so that you can also be secure on your phone, tablet, and more. And they're the top-rated VPN with the fastest speeds, 24/7 customer support, and it's super easy to use. You really should be using a VPN, and we recommend using ExpressVPN. Find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description below. That's expressvpn.com/cow. Again, that is expressvpn.com/cow. It's given me a lot of time to watch Netflix, which is what I would be doing anyway, so... Groceries.
Do it one more time.
Ice cream.
Do
Ice cream.
3, 2, 1, go.
I love you, Walmart! Assuming you're actually working from home and not just out of work. What did you even do for a job?